Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Here we are. We are back. We are back. Make sure everything's working before we get started. Hello, me. All right. There we go. Let's get this moving. Hold on. Where's all my stuff here? I feel like I'm all discombobulated tonight. Hey, Mauricio! Time to make Bolivar proud if the landowners don't get in the way again. Seriously. You can say if the landowners don't get away again at the beginning of every run, especially when you play small nations like this. Glenn, hey, hello. I was under the impression that Bolivar only existed because of the landowners. Yeah, fair point. I mean, the in-game landowners. Yeah. Well, as you can see, we're starting a new run. We are starting as New Granada and going into Colombia. I got you just making it funny. Yeah, of course. All right, let's do this, huh? Let's do this. So we'll get the run started. We'll load it up, and then we'll look at the achievements that we're going after. So let's do this here. Let's get ourselves a new game. Let's get to the map. Always love a fresh new start. So much optimism and promise when you're right at the start. All right. New Granada. Here we are. With the dissolution of Grander Colombia in 1830, New Granada stands alone and divided between its liberal and conservative factions. Will Colombia achieve greatness once again? See, I also love, too, they show these unique ones now. So we have Exploiting the Amazon, Grander Colombia, and Bolivar's Ambition. So let's do this. Hey, Jack! Hello! How are you, my friend? Good to see ya. Good to see ya at this late hour for you, too. I appreciate it. All right. Actually, one thing I want to do right off the start here, I probably should have done this the other day. I kind of want to highlight Songs of the Homeland for this run. So let's just play that album tonight. Hey, Maximilian. Hello. Welcome back, my friend. New country. That one is tricky. Get Bolivar's Ambition. Yeah. Well, yeah, that leads me into... So let's look at achievements we're going for. So specific ones, we're going for Grander Colombia. So form Grander Colombia and own all land in the Grander Colombia, Andes, and La Plata strategic regions. And then we'll do Federation Day. Form the Federation of the Andes. Hey, Strider's World, hello, welcome, my friend. Excited for the new run. Me too. I love playing in South America, as I say a lot on the channel. But interestingly, the second stream I ever did was in Paraguay, so I felt like I need to go away from South America for a little bit. I ended up going away for a long time, so this is actually only the second stream I've ever done in South America. Just playing some Hearts of Iron 4. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I've been loading it on and off throughout the week, too. Trying some things out. Getting ready for Friday again. By the way, as a member of Gen X and a socialist, I do not approve of today's earlier discussion. Oh, yeah. Oh, boy. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we had quite a discussion. Jacob! Hey, what's up, my friend? Welcome back. Welcome in. Hope you're well. Man, it has been freezing all day, and in this room, I don't know if it's the computer in here. My office is always hot and humid. I feel like my glasses are like steaming up. Okay. So forming Grander Colombia, so the thing that makes it difficult is if you look at the regions here, the Grander Colombia region includes these areas owned by Great Britain, the Netherlands, and France. So that's what makes that one a little difficult. Everybody will be happy to know that we're going to be starting this episode and this run off with a bang. We're starting off with war right at the top. I haven't played a New Granada Colombia run for a long time. It was one of my favorite countries to do, which is why I went away from it for a period of time. I don't think I've played one since 1.7, so it's been a while. Vietrung, hey, hello. Very good night, fellas. Yes, welcome, welcome. But from what I remember, so I don't know if it's still true, if you wait too long to take over Venezuela or even Ecuador, eventually the European powers will start to get upset about it. So we're going to try to do that quick. So we're going to start this episode right off the bat going after Venezuela, and then we're going to go after Ecuador, and then we will regroup. New Granada is fun because you can potentially snowball pretty heavily by forming the Federation of South America. Yep, and it changes to Federation of the Americas if you own more land on the continent. Oh, very cool. Good to know, good to know. Not all members of Gen X act like boomers, pulling the ladder up behind them. Just eat the infamy. Yeah, I think we are. I think we are going to just eat the infamy. I guess we'll see. After we do Venezuela, we'll see what we're at, because I don't remember exactly. But I'd like to take Venezuela sooner rather than later. If we can't go for Ecuador immediately, that's kind of okay. But I feel like Venezuela I want to get sooner rather than later. Let's see. At least take Zulia for the sulfur. Well, Zulia for the sulfur and for the oil extractors throughput. Eventually, there's going to be a ton of oil over here. But you're right. Yeah, the sulfur as well. So, let's take a look at research. We want to start with stock exchange. We want to get down to corporate charters. I'll talk about what company we're going for first. And we do want to get down to nationalism, because we're going to need that to form Grander Colombia. Lathe will be the first thing we get on tech spread. So hopefully we get pretty far with that when we do stock exchange. So we'll add lathe, just because it'll get tech spread, and then we'll finish the rest of it. Because I want to get the Atmo engine pretty quickly on this. We're in South America. We have like no infrastructure. So we have to go for railways next. Then we absolutely need to do general staff and field works. Although, okay, hold on though. I'll add these in. We'll delete whatever gets tech spread. We'll do general staff field works. And then we'll see where we are, because then we're going to go back to society here. I spoke to the leaders of Gen X. Okay. Whoa, straight to fighting. Yes, we are. We are going straight to war. We are going straight to war. I'm a bit late, but hello. I hope you had a good day. Yeah. Not late at all, actually. I mean, we just started. It's only been like a couple minutes, so you're right. You're right on time. I heard oil. That is mine. Yeah, the American way. Hey, is best. Hello. Welcome in. Welcome in. Is this game better than EU4? I'm not a good person to ask for that. I have maybe like all of like 15 minutes in EU4. So, and I mean, I'll be like, this is my favorite game, so I'll say yes, but I'm probably not the best judge on that. Hey, Sharky Boy, hello, hello. Hello, I hit 1K subs. Hey, so I'm now monetized for ad revenue. Sharky Boy, yeah, we were just talking about that at the beginning of this morning's episode. Cheers to Sharky Boy, everybody. Hitting 1K. That is an achievement. That is a really happy day when you achieve that. I remember. So congratulations. Cheers to Sharky Boy. We're going to celebrate your 1K by taking over Venezuela. Wait, are you from the USA? That's our view. Yeah. Yeah. It's sometimes so jarring, sometimes just starting a new campaign and suddenly getting screwed over by lower mappy. Yeah, I know, right? Tell me about it. Tell me about it. This is good for combat, like world conquest. Okay, I'll tell you this. A lot of people complain about the war system in this game. I like it. I think it fits this game really well. And you can do world conquest in the game. Um, and I've seen people do it. It's very difficult. I will say, though, if you're looking straight up for military and world conquest, this probably isn't the game for you. But it definitely is one that can do that. Put down the bottle ham cuts. Never. Never. Yeah, if you care about conquest, you get Hearts of Iron 4. Vicky 3 is very much not about conquest and more about economy and diplomacy. Yeah, I would agree with that. Okay, so since we're in South America here, well, let's take a look at our states. So Panama, we're definitely going for the canal. We have about 20k peasants. Antioquia. So here's something that's going to suck for us. So the Andes Mountains we have in our main states. So we have negative 10% state construction efficiency, negative 10% infrastructure. And in South America, we're hurting for infrastructure and pops through the whole run. So you can see very low infrastructure, 83,000 peasants, but we have good resources here. This is going to be our construction state because we have everything we need here. Oh, it's after doing that whole Serbia run, I'm just so happy to see cotton plantations. Just right at the top of the game. We have our capital here, Cundinamarca. Same thing, Andes Mountains. Low infrastructure. Pretty decent number of peasants. So not a construction state, but we do have opium. And then Cauca, same thing, Andes Mountains. Low infrastructure. Only 32,000 peasants. But decent resources. Then we have the Amazonian states. So we get a minus 30% state construction efficiency, negative 30% infrastructure, but we get a boost to hardwood output. So you can see our infrastructure is awful. We have very few peasants. We have agriculture, but that's about it. But also, just like I did in my assimilation and conversion tutorial about Ecuador, kind of the same thing here. The vast majority of this state is Amazonian, and they have zero acceptance. Same thing over here with the New Grenadine Amazonas. Almost no infrastructure. Almost no people. Although we do start off with rubber there. EU4 does combat really fun and you can conquer a lot. Yeah. Ironic question, since, as my last name indicates, I'm Vietnamese. I just like to meme as an American Red Engine Ghost. That's hilarious. I love it. EU5 in 2 weeks gonna be good. Yeah, really excited for EU5. I'm really excited for that one. I've been posting some Dev Diary TLDR videos for that, so kind of going through some of the instructions they've been giving us. Also, how could you nerf my country like this, Vicky? Well, nerf is a strong word, but still, yeah, it's still a fun country to play. Oh, I forgot about the migration nurse. I wonder how that will impact the playthrough. I know, yep. I am kind of worried about that, to be honest. We're going to have to... That's why Conquest might be a big one for us. We're going to try to take over the entire continent. As someone with 3.75k hours in EU4, I like Vic 3 more. Oh, interesting. Both are good, just EU4 seems kind of outdated and old compared to Vicky 3. Yeah. Yeah, EU5 and FM26. Very true. All right. EU5 will be good in 2027 after 14 DLCs. Touche. So this isn't something we're going to do right now, but the first company we're actually going to be going for is the Forestries Company. I know everybody likes to do the... Where is it? Yeah, the opium plantation here. And if we eventually will do that, but I do feel like, especially in South America, the forestries company is really the first one you want to do because the prosperity bonus is infrastructure. You get additional infrastructure per 100k population. And then eventually, I feel like the second one we might... I've never tried this before, the South America one. We're going to try it here. The next company we're going to aim for will be the food one to get the additional birth rate. We're going to try to get birth rate here because we need people and infrastructure this run. Hey, Java. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. I'm going back to sleep, but I'll be lurking. Very nice. Very cool. I appreciate it. Shaka, I hope this isn't too strange, but I really like your voice and how you stretch out the ends of words. Oh, cool. Let's go. I have that video saved for work tomorrow. Oh, nice, nice. All right, so let's get our construction started here. So Antioquia will be where we start. Oh, so the other thing that's difficult about starting here, and this is with a couple of places in South America, we start off with interventionism. I like to refer to this as Fire Festival interventionism. I call it Fire Festival interventionism because it seems cool on the surface. We start with interventionism. We're not on traditionalism. Yay. But the problem is, you can see we have no construction sectors already, and we have nothing built to support construction sectors. And so the problem is we're going to be splitting our first construction sectors 50-50 with the private queue. Normally, we can build 2 construction sectors on wooden frame buildings under traditionalism and still keep a full 10 points for government construction, but we can't do that with interventionism. Now, we could do 2 construction sectors on iron frame buildings, and we do have urban planning. Problem is, we really, without the atmospheric engine, we're going to need about 5 iron mines built to support 2 iron frame building construction sectors. So it's like Fire Festival interventionism because, like, it seems cool at the offset, but when you really look under the surface, you have no amenities to support this. So, I don't know. Fire Festival was a massive success and did not have any viral videos made about it. Yeah, it's true. My bad. I would describe it as pretty as well, actually. The sub thing creeps me out a bit. I suppose a sub is a sub. Oh, wait, I missed a couple things. Oh, what I found kind of weird was someone saying my voice when begging for subs was pretty. But he subbed, and a sub is a sub. A sub is a sub, that's true. It's one of the reasons I avoid Texas, the jingoists. Oh, yeah. Alright. Hey, John, welcome in, welcome in. We formed Grander Colombia. Yes, that is the goal. That is one of the first goals we're going to do. Okay, so let's get this going. So let's build ourselves a logging camp. Let's get the tooling workshop right off the top. We start off with 2 trade centers, so we don't need to build any right off the top. We'll build 1 more logging camp. We'll get the cotton plantation, and then what we're going to do is we'll build 3 iron mines, then we'll do the 2 construction sectors on iron frame buildings, and then we'll build the other 2. So we'll start off with this. I am tempted to maybe move the tooling workshop down after construction and just import the tools, because this will take some time. You know what? I think we are going to do that. So we'll do tooling last, because I want to get to the construction sectors, but we really need these things built before we do this. Because our interest rate is 19%. It's not awful, but it's not good. And that poor one guy gal that's unemployed in the province. Oh. Which one? I didn't notice. One of the most fun games I've played. Wait, which one? EU4? Is that the one of the most fun ones you played? Alright, so we got that. Oh, let's set our interests. So we're just going to start off with interests here. Since we're starting off with war... Oh, let's set our decrees. So we're going to put road maintenance in these two places. Eventually we'll add one in Cauca, but we're not building anything there yet. We'll add social mobility in all three. And we'll add enlistment efforts in both of those, because we're going to war. So we'll add in these conscripts. I don't think we're going to call the conscripts for these wars, though. So if you look at... So we have 18 battalions. Venezuela just has a total of 9. So we shouldn't have to call up conscripts. And they have 7. Let's take a look at what we have for mobilization options. So we have enough tobacco. We pretty much have enough sugar. So we'll do sugar, tobacco, and we'll do that. Anything else we need to do? Yeah, let's increase relations with people. We'll do France. We'll do Great Britain. We'll do the United States. The other thing I want to look at is... Yeah, we don't have enough guns. We don't have enough small arms. Can we do a treaty here? We probably will need, like... Yeah, how much do we need? So we need a total of, like... We really just need, like, 8 more, but we're gonna need more once we activate conscripts, so... We're short 8. Let's get, like, 16. So let's buy... Let's see if we can buy... We'll give them the investment rights, because we're not going to do this for very long. We'll give them the trade privileges. 67% chance. We'll only do this for 5 years, because I really just need this at the top here for Venezuela and Ecuador, because I don't want the goods shortages in the barracks. Is there anything they want to buy from us? They'll buy coffee from us. Ah, yeah. Perfect. So let's do that. Inyori, hey, hello, hello. How are you? Welcome in, welcome in. Ooh, sorry, everybody. Setting things up. I am behind on chat here. I swear, one of those days I shall do a communist alien run and name my new power block the Commonwealth Union of Marxists, because I have the humor of an 8-year-old. Hey, I mean, if that's the humor of an 8-year-old, it's a pretty smart 8-year-old. No, but EU4 is my most played game. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that. In fact, I'm playing it right now. Ah, New Granada gameplay was one of the most fun I've played. Yeah, I love Colombia. This is why I wanted to do a stream of it, because I love playing as Colombia and New Granada, but I haven't done it in quite a while, so I want to try it on all the new stuff. I used to play EU4 a ton back in the day, back before the revolutionary work. Good times making a revolutionary empire as Russia and getting like 1 million troops. Nice. Still have no idea how trade works, though. Oh, okay. Well, hopefully we'll change that. Learning trade changed EU4 for me. It's a lot easier than most people think, I think. Oh. But I understand ignoring it, too. You have a state that's unincorporated. Yeah. Yeah, it's one of the Amazonian states. We're not going to incorporate this right now. We don't need to. Yeah, I tried watching some tutorials, but I just ended up sticking with pushing trade to the node with least outputs. Damn, sounds like the YouTube chat is where the party is happening. Jealous. Yeah, yeah, usually in general, I usually get more people on YouTube than Twitch. I don't know why that is. It just kind of works out that way. Alright. Anything else to do at the top here? I don't think so. Let's give ourselves a save to start off. Are you going to get rid of slavery? Absolutely, we will. In due time. Yeah, not a lot of us on Twitch. Yeah, I don't know why that is. I don't know why that is. Hey, Strider's World, thank you for the sub. Oh, I appreciate that so much. Thank you, thank you. You are awesome, my friend. I appreciate that a lot. Cheers to you. Maybe this will help with the Twitch. Yes, it will. It definitely will. Okay. I think we're ready to unpause here. Oh, well, actually, we're going to start the war to before we go. Oh, actually, laws. Laws. Let's take a look at our leader. Francisco de Paula Santander. Armed Forces. So we get political strength to bureaucrats. That's good. What do we want to start with? You know what I'm going to do? Well, actually, I would like... See, we're not going to be able to throw the other party in there. You know what I'm going to do? Because I always neglect it. We're going to start off with schools. And we will go with religious schools. I want to embrace the Catholic Church in this run because we will get, again, some additional birth rate. So we're going to start off with schools. Unlike all the other runs I do, that's what we're going to start with. Also, hey, I'm sorry for the loss of your Serbia run. It will be missed. Yes. Yes, I think that's the best way to put it. That one was a bit of a loss. But now, hey, we're starting a run with all the hotfixes, so... Oppose Twitch. Aw. Now I want to play EU4, yeah. Yep. EU5 soon, though. Revere YouTube. I just despise Twitch's clunky interface and constant ads. Yeah, there are ads. Alright. So let's see what happens here if we declare on Venezuela. Alright, so it doesn't look like anybody will get involved. Let's force the diplomatic play. We're at 22. I think I'm going to make it all primary, though. I'm afraid that they will... I know it'll put us over 25, but I'm afraid that they'll concede the diplomatic play. Alright. So let's activate the army. We're not going to raise the conscripts on this one. Alright, and away we go, my friends. Christianize all the kingdoms, that's right. That is right. At least in this run. I'm in both streams now, I'm incognito. Wait, Oh, very nice. Oh yeah, yeah. How could I almost forget the Age of Caudillos? All right, following New Grenadine independence from Spain, a power vacuum was left in place of the colonial government, which was quickly filled by charismatic armed forces leaders. These caudillos have come to define much of South American politics. Yep. So we gotta stop this. So the armed forces are going to be in government. Are they powerful? No. What do we have? Oh yeah, we have wealth voting. Okay, so that's good. A general or admiral who is loved. What are our generals at? Neutral. Neutral. Alright. And a ruler with an authoritarian ideology, which we don't have. But what do we have here? So they're not marginalized. We're not going to get them out of government for a little bit. So if we can get to census suffrage or universal suffrage. And we have a politician who is loved and belongs to any powerful interest group that does not approve of autocracy, oligarchy, technocracy, and single-party state. Wait, it's a politician, right? Not the party. And belongs to any powerful interest group. So if we can get this guy loved, because right now the church is powerful. We don't want the armed forces powerful. So yeah, if we can get our leader here powerful, we can bring it back one. Damn, I thought I had a Prime sub for you. Oh, no, no worries, no worries. Thank you, I appreciate it. This is a joke, and I'm completely ignoring YouTube. Oh wait, I missed what you had said. YouTube technology. Oh wait, yeah, YouTube technology, YouTube spirit. The Twitch stream started with a 1:30 unskippable ad. I'll just stick to this. Yeah, yeah, that's the problem. It'll run an ad in the middle. Oh. Cornwallazita the third has followed. Thank you, thank you. Welcome in, welcome in. Hello, hello. Thanks for joining. Hey, Joe, hello, hello. Max, do you play with English or Greek language on Vic 3? Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, what do you play? Hope you don't get in the same situation as the Central America series. Yeah, where you had to keep the landowners in power just to keep the army away from being able to change laws. Oh, haha. Cornwallis. Yeah, Cornwallis the third, aka Joe. Thank you, Joe. Appreciate it. Yes, here we go. Our other scripted event here. The defeat of Felipe Saliveri's coup attempt has led to complete consolidation of the Bolivian... Jeez, I can't speak. The defeat of Felipe Saliveri's coup attempt has led to complete consolidation of Bolivian domination over Peru. Joe, thank you for the Prime sub. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate it, my friend. Thank you, thank you. You are the best. Supreme Protector Andres de Santa Cruz has declared the imminent formation of a confederation between the two nations. Yeah, see, we're not going to fight against Bolivia. But until this thing ends, we'll get an additional conscriptable battalions and training rate. So we will take that. Alright, let's hope we get through this without anybody joining. Agreed, Mauricio. I think Petite Bourgeoisie would be a great opportunity to be able to morph ideology So American petite bourgeoisie is different than Russian, for example. Oh, wait, what do we have here? Alright, more pragmatically inclined members of the intelligentsia currently opposed to the passing of religious schools have offered to change their stance were they to be offered certain political concessions. Such concessions would not be popular with the Catholic Church. Well, they're very happy at the moment, so we will take this. Ah, nice. Okay, so we're going to be able to start this with Venezuela. We outnumber them. We have enough guns. Oh, also, let's pin our trade center. So I guess Antioquia will be... Well, no, it won't be our main one. We still want to make the main one Cundinamarca because it's the market capital. Alright, let's do this. English, everything, and always that's how I learned good English. Oh, nice. Definitely disapprove of the German petit bourgeoisie, they suck. I should probably now switch to Italian now and learn another language. I should do that with Arabic. Mexico doesn't like us, but that's probably because we're getting good with the United States. So we need to keep an eye on this. Alright, first battle here. How are we doing? Ooh, the Argentine Confederation offers us the war goal of liberate Amazonia if we'll back them. No, I don't care if Amazonia is liberated. Let me see, though, who else is in this war. Yeah, you have nobody in there yet. So we'll reject this one. If Brazil joins this, then maybe. Oh, I guess we can get into North Peru. Chile sides with them. We might get in on this. In the midst of the debate surrounding religious schools, one of the country's leading playwrights, strongly associated with the Catholic Church, has staged a widely acclaimed play whose politically laden theme makes no secret of the author's desire for the law to be passed. Yes, we'll take the added success chance. Well, yeah, I'm not going to get involved in this because the other problem is we're going to go after Ecuador, and I don't want our infamy to go, like, way, way high here. So we'll sit this one out. Uh-oh. We lost the battle there. All right. German is great, but difficult in many ways, especially if you're coming from English word order. Yeah, or like what I've been trying to do my whole life is learn Arabic, which is also very, very difficult. Oh, let's put the military wages up. Let's put that up. We'll use the other authority for enactment time here. Our extra training has seemed to pay off. Troops in Cundinamarca have put their training to use and learned some new tactics that might help us should we find ourselves at war. 10 years of added offense defense, thank you very much. The relatively lenient New Grenadine immigration system has long been attractive to those fleeing their home nations. Recently, Alejandro Heredia has petitioned to join the stream of people moving to New Granada. Intelligentsia Democrat? Yeah, sure, we'll take him. I live in a medium tourist area, so rents are not affected. Beaches are still free. It's a hidden gem, but I still see tourists. So kind of the best of both worlds there. Damn. I hope I didn't mess up not activating the conscripts. Try not to go into massive debt over this. The fervently nationalistic armed forces has turned its rhetoric towards Venezuela and its province of Zulia. They have begun lobbying for hostile action against Venezuela to realize their territorial ambitions. Yeah, sure, let's do it. Oh, you know, look at this. So we don't get added offense-defense for very happy armed forces. Forgot about that. I think that's a thing in most of South America here. I'm pretty sure people are angry with tourists, especially in Athens. Keep in mind, Greece has a lot of nomad capitalists, and we get 30+ million tourists with a population of about 10 million. That's 3 to 1. Islands, too. Yeah, here in New York, we don't mind tourists as long as you keep walking. Kind of the biggest issue in New York with tourists is just when you clog up the streets and don't let us by. That's when we get feisty. But most people are happy because that means employment and good business. It's a true moneymaker we have for free thanks to natural beauty and both ancient and medieval history alive. Yeah, I would imagine tourism is very big for Greece, specifically because of that. Beautiful and history. Beauty and history. Alright, so we've taken Zulia. We're almost there with Miranda. It's so infuriating when they take up the whole side, but seriously, like seriously, there are people who come and they like have their whole family holding hands like this across the street, and it's like, and people say, you know, oh, New Yorkers are sometimes mean, but it's like, if I am sure if everybody in New York, all of us, came to your town and blocked up all the streets and all the sidewalks, and you couldn't move anymore, you would also start yelling at people on the street. Although, one thing New Yorkers love to do is give directions on the subway. If you ever need directions for the subway, do not hesitate to ask anybody, because we love, love, love to give people directions for the subway. I saw this funny thing online one time where they were talking about, this is like the difference between New Yorkers and Californians, but the thing that they said about New Yorkers is like, the way that we are, I forget what it said, we are kind, but yeah, we are kind, but not nice. And it's so true, because the example they gave is, like, if we see somebody struggling on their own to get a stroller up a flight of stairs, we will stop. We won't say a single word to you, but we'll help you carry the stroller up the stairs, and when we're done, we'll just keep walking and not have said anything to you. So we'll help you. We're kind, but we're not nice. Manuel Jose de Mascara of the Catholic Church. Ah, yes. All right. Look at that. We took Venezuela. Let's pause so we can reflect on it. Manuel Jose de Mascara of the Catholic Church has been seen preaching in favor of the Conservative Party, convinced that their victory has been foreseen in God's plans. No, see, I want this guy to be liked. Alright, so we will take that. Alright, so we have Venezuela. Love that quote, so true. Yeah, yeah, right? They were comparing New Yorkers to Californians. I forget what the example for Californians was, because it's the exact opposite. That they're nice but not kind. New Yorkers are not nice, yes. But we are kind. We must have listened to the same podcast or whatever I got that from. Yeah, oh, maybe we were. Yeah, maybe we were. I forget where I heard it, but I think it was something like that. Wait until you hear the rivalry between New York City and upstate. Yeah, this is true. This is true. Okay, so we took everything here, so let's start incorporating. Excellent. So now we want to go for Ecuador. So let's take save. You know, just because. Not for any other reason. There's a state. There is. There is. Hakan, hey, Hakan Silverstein. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Wait. How do we have something in the private queue? Oh. Do we have... Did Venezuela had a construction sector. Oh my god. Yeah, no. We don't want that yet. We don't want that yet. Not yet. So let's see what happens now with Ecuador. Argentina will get involved. They're in the midst of war right now. Oh, and they have like a nothing military. Yeah, I don't think you're sending anybody over to us. So this is actually a good time to do this. But nobody else is going to get involved, huh? Alright, let's do it. Hopefully, though... Alright, so this puts us at 45 infamy. This could be a mistake. It very well could be. But we don't need to activate the conscripts. Is this what a small country is like? Like if you built a construction sector right now, it's game over? Kind of, yeah. So we're kind of in that in-between phase. We're a minor power, but, you know, our interest rate is 19.5%. That's still kind of high. Truth is, we probably could go a little bit into debt because we can sell things. But I'm playing it a little conservative right now. If we were much smaller than this and we had a higher interest rate than 20%, I would say, yeah, absolutely don't build the construction sectors yet. I feel like when you are like... When you start getting into like this area here and you start having a higher interest rate, then you really do have to wait to build the construction sectors. Right now, we probably could. Actually, so, because we're on Fire Festival interventionism, that's kind of why we can't. If we were on traditionalism, we would have the construction sectors already, and I would be on wooden frame buildings. I don't like to go below 10 construction sectors. So I'd rather not build one construction sector, split 50-50 with the private queue, and be under 10. Which is why we're holding off. Yeah, we can go to a little higher taxes right now. And maybe even... Yeah, maybe some of that. Okay. A minor scandal has buzzed around the Liberal Party as a piece of reformist fiction written by Alejandro Heredia in his youth has begun to circulate once more. Whilst enthusiastically written, that is the work's only merit. Who's this guy again? Oh, this is our agitator. Well, we're not gonna... The Liberal Party's not gonna win the election, but they might get enough votes that maybe we can get them into the government. Some interesting points. Okay, I've never even paid attention to my interest rate. I'm so great power spoiled. Yeah. When you start as a great power, you really don't need to pay attention to the interest rate at all. It's true. This afternoon, Manuel Jose de Mascara, leader of the Catholic Church, delivered a fiery speech advocating for the enactment of religious schools. Yes. So even though we'll get 15% on this, we'll take 10% and get this guy liked by 25 more. I forget what he needs to be. Well, he won't be loved, but we'll be getting it up there. So what does that put him at? So he's liked. Oh, did that... Oh, no, I'm looking at the wrong thing. Yeah, so he needs to be loved, right? Yeah, loved. Okay, but we're almost there. Yeah, I think Argentina would just stay out of this. So wait, so what have we finished building here? So we have the wood. An event organized by the abolitionist movement transformed into a brawl. Opponents of the movement infiltrated the crowd. When the police arrived, no participant was willing to give a consistent statement. Yeah, we'll just take -1 for the industrialists. They're not even on the board yet. Can I make a campaign request? There's a country I hate in South America with a burning passion. Oh no. Which one? Which one is it? Tell me it's Ecuador, because we're about to take them over. These are the kind of nuances I missed in my initial New Granada run. Yeah. See, this is what this is why I love playing in South America. There's a lot of interesting content. I feel like Colossus of the South is an underrated Victoria 3 DLC. I really love the stuff they added with that. In the light of the devastation suffered by states like Zulia, the Conservative Party has campaigned on uniting New Granada in this trying time behind traditional values. We kind of have a lot of radicals already. I mean, we'll add that momentum, because they're going to win the election anyway. I'd rather not add to the radicals. Appreciated. Yeah, of course. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Can you bully Brazil a bit at some point? They're always stepping into my plans in South America, and they can be so annoying to invade. Yeah. So my plan here... Ah, yes. Okay, nobody got involved. So this should be okay. So my plan here is we need to take over everything in South America other than Brazil in order to get the Grander Colombia achievement. Once we do that, my plan is to just take the rest of the continent. Although, I would like to keep relations good before we get there. Because they are bigger than me. Although 29 and 14, we have a bigger army than them. We could actually hold our own with them. Do not annex Argentina, Chile. Let them colonize. Oh, yeah. I mean, it's going to be some time before we get down there and do that. Oh, the whole continent. Okay. Yeah. So that's what we have to do to get the Grander Colombia achievement. So we need to become Grand Colombia and then take everything in the 3 regions. And then we'll get the achievement. At that point, it'll be, if we do that, all of South America will just be Grand Colombia and Brazil. By that point, we're going to be much larger than them, so just why not? And go for the rest of it. Though previously opposing the religious schools laws, Alejandro Heredia has considered the Catholic Church's political position... Oh! With the dissolution of the Peru-Bolivian Confederation, a nascent rival to new Grenadine interests in the Andes has been defeated. Oh, hey, good job, Argentina and Chile. They actually did it on their own. I feel like that's never happened in any of my runs I've ever had before. The balance of power in South America has been set right once more. Yes. I love that because I would prefer that happen. I don't want Bolivia to be strong for when I go down there and try to take them over. Though previously opposing the religious schools laws, Alejandro Heredia has considered the Catholic Church's political position, and instead offers support. Alright, let's do that. Alright, so we are at the hour mark, so we're going to take a quick 90-second break so we don't get hit by ads. We're going to pay homage to the gods of ads here. So, 90 seconds, and we'll be right back. Alright, and we are back. I think before the game allowed you to interfere in civil wars, the United Kingdom will often join the breakaway states of Brazil at the beginning and pretty much rule the continent from there. Oh, interesting. Is that what they did? Yeah, see, I haven't played in South America for some time now. The whole continent except Brazil, but with Guyana and Falklands. Yeah. Well, we got to go after this eventually. See, the idea is I want to get all of these here so that we have enough people to mount a good army. And then we're going to have to get these 3 states in order to get the achievement. So that'll be the difficulty there. Or you can trade states. It's true. I feel like, though, nobody ever really wants to trade states. If we can do it, we'll do that. If we can avoid war, then let's avoid it. Just worry, though. We'll eventually have to. We eventually want to build the canal as well. Oh. So we have a new president. So it's not, yeah, so it's not this guy anymore. So, who's this guy? Celebrity Commander. Ah, we get added prestige. We still have political strength of bureaucrats. Plus 10% technology spread. I don't mind that. And he's not authoritarian, which is good. You know, I forgot too. This guy, what does the leader have to oppose? Does not approve of autocracy, oligarchy, technocracy, or single-party state. So if this guy becomes loved, it'll help us there as well. So we just need we need mascara. Oh, they're both mascara. Okay. So either of them to become loved. All right. So we're moving along here. Now, Ecuador is also a good state to have. Yeah, plus 10% agriculture and plantations. So we'll build farms here. We also get another source of iron, which is nice. You know, that's true. I didn't look at the resources we have available to us in the other states. Alright, pretty basic stuff. Yeah, why not build more in Panama, since you don't get the malus on construction and infrastructure in Panama? No, Andes. That's what I did, and Great Britain didn't even take it for the canal. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I should, right? My hesitation here is always like, so we only have 20k peasants, and eventually I want to employ the canal. Though, I guess once we get off tenant farmers, we can have internal migration over here. But yeah, I mean, Panama would be a good place. We also don't have a lot of infrastructure, which is why I think we really need that forestry's company. Speaking of which, where are we in tech? We need to get some universities going. All right. Not bad. 1837, and we've got this. We won a war. Let's celebrate by saving. Alright, so I think we'll chill on war for a little bit. Let our infamy come down. Because we're getting quite a bit of radicals from it. So I should just start incorporating this now. We'll hold off for a little bit. Where are we with these? 15 more months. I suppose we could go a little bit... Yeah, because if we're going to go... How much is this going to cost? 48. So we'll go about negative 22. What percentage of 230 is the 22? So, okay, we'll only be about negative 9%. So we'll get negative 9% tax waste. Alright, yeah, let's do it. The intelligentsia have shown their unhappiness with the passing of the religious schools law, arguing that education and religion should be separate matters. Yeah, I mean, I agree with you guys, but... I'm sorry, my friends. We need this law right now. Yeah, so we're kind of good. Yeah, so 8.9 tax waste. You know, we could afford the construction sectors now. No. On iron frame buildings without any iron built. That'll be bad news. Alright. So everything is incorporating except the Amazonian states here, which is fine. You know, what religions do we have here? Alright, so we have a little bit of animists. Mainly everybody is Catholic, though. Oh, you know, I forgot, too. So, since I haven't played in South America since the 1.10 update, what will be cool to play with is, once we get nationalism, we can do promote national values, and we can assimilate people in their homelands. So we can actually assimilate the Amazonian pops in these two states. These three states, actually. So that'll be good. Ah, man, I need these guys to be better. Yeah, I think we try for census suffrage or universal suffrage next. Maybe census... Oh, alright, we have religious schools. Yeah, this is going to be a tough one. Where's the petite bourgeoisie? So they are in government. Let's go for this. If we can get this, then we'll stop increasing the bar. And then if we can get one of these guys loved, we can actually start decreasing it. Alright, we got stock exchange. What are we trading here? I actually haven't looked over at this. Oof. Look at all this trade advantage. Or trade disadvantage, I should say. Well, except for coffee. Wait, are we not... Who are we trading it to? Literally nobody. I've never seen that before. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Now, right before, when we start building these construction sectors... Actually, no, we should start doing it now, because we're about to build some iron mines. We're going to need tools. So, let's get a... Yeah, let's get a low subvention on the import. Under no circumstance should anybody ever be exporting it. And I think the first thing we'll build after this is a small arms factory, because then we don't need to rely on the US and we can get rid of their investment rights here. Although we are earning money off of that coffee sale. I wonder. No. We got rid of that. There's a possibility of this. So we need... Alright, let's take it off of here. See if we can renegotiate. Well, no, actually I won't. I don't mind them building some stuff right now. If they start going crazy, maybe we'll put it in check. Because we don't have a lot of infrastructure. Normally, I don't mind people building with investment rights like that. But our problem is we don't have a lot of infrastructure. I don't want them taking up all our infrastructure. I want to be able to control what we build. Building a couple things here and there isn't so bad. We should get a trade center going here since it's the market capital. So that will be the next thing we do. Alright, we're about to reach our checkpoint. Oof, the devastation here. Yikes. Frustrated with the lengthy legal process surrounding census suffrage, Vicente Azuero, I can't speak tonight, of the intelligentsia has approached us with an offer to expedite the process, utilizing his personal connections within the state apparatus. Well, I definitely don't want to get to this. We can afford the -2. We'll take this. We'll take this. We'll get down to -2. No world market access in Cundinamarca. Where did it say that? Did that pop up somewhere? Oh. Oh, yeah. Well, no, we don't have a trade center. That's why it's grayed out. But they would have 100% world market access. Yeah, it's grayed out because there's no trade center there. Yeah, not trading on the world market on account of not having a trade center. Although, this did alert me to the fact that... So we can get rid of the enlistment efforts. And hopefully... So we're going to keep the -11% enactment time to help with this. And then eventually, I think what we'll do is... We're going to encourage the resource industry to just get some throughput on our iron mines here. Because we're going to need 5 iron mines to cover these construction sectors. So we're going to build 3 of them, do the construction, and then build the other 2. It is taking us quite a bit of time to get our private sector going, but... you know... Yeah, we'll do this. We'll keep taxes lower. And we will sell buildings. Although, you know, we're not doing an urban building until we get all the way down here. So maybe we'll tone it down a little bit here. I did forget, too, we're getting a bonus to infamy decay, which is nice. You know, now at some point we do want to go after Peru. I'm going to go after Bolivia. We could, at some point, go after Peru. I would like to get back under 25, though, before we do that. Because we're suffering increased radicals from conquests here. I think maybe I'm just scarred from the end of that Serbia run. Maybe just a bit. Alright, we'll speed up a little bit here. We don't seem to be getting any random events popping up. I would like something that will give these guys some popularity. Oh, what do we have here? Demand for opium is soaring as this dangerously addictive substance enraptures the world. We should seek to be the leading supplier. Let's pin this. So, buildings, opium plantation. Nice. Cash reserves is greater than 50. Weekly profit greater than 0. Occupancy 75%. Building levels greater than 10. Yeah, so we're going to have to really, like, start exporting it. Any market in New Granada does not belong to New Granada. Exports for opium in the British market greater. You know, I'm not quite sure what that means. Oh my god, we're getting a flood in 8 states? Despite not enjoying full rights under new Grenadine law, some wealthier Amazonian people have begun moving into neighborhoods and frequenting establishments they would normally be excluded from. Ooh, yeah, we'll do this. We can afford to lose a little bit of popularity, or support, I mean, from the petite bourgeoisie. Yeah, that Serbia run was brutal. You know, it's so brutal. At some point in time, I want to go back to Serbia. It won't be for a while, though. We did 2 runs right in a row right here. So it'll be some time before we go back there, but I feel like I need to avenge that run. So I started a Serbia run, and my independence war was Russia and Britain supporting my independence. Oh, very nice. Very nice. Yeah, see, that's kind of what... Oh, look, we got... Oh, right, advanced to voting. We started off very rough. That independence war against the Ottomans I shouldn't have done so early. We ended up having to take an early bankruptcy because we got independence, but it bankrupted us. You should try Montenegro. They're supposed to be even harder than Serbia. I really want to do a Montenegro run. I was debating... Oh, nice. We got lathes. I was debating... Oh, the Atmo engine. In 3 years. Okay. For the starting steps video I'm working on right now, originally I was thinking I would do one for Montenegro, but I have a specific plan in mind that made me end up going with Sweden. But I really want to try a Montenegro run. See, I kind of feel like if I hadn't done Wallachia before Serbia, I might have done Serbia and then Montenegro. But I'm not going to do Wallachia and then the next run is Serbia and then the next run is Montenegro. That's kind of ridiculous. But I really want to do a Montenegro run. I really want to dive into the what's it called? Raiding mechanic. I've tried it a little bit, but I haven't really been able to dive fully into it. You're a masochist doing another Serbia run. I know, right? I need to know... Oh, nice. We have census suffrage. Well, I need to know how much of that run got messed up because of the hotfix, the bug thing, and how much of it was just me messing up the run. I need to know. Alright, so no more progress on Age of Caudillos. Which means if we can get one of these guys loved, we can start decreasing this bar. Now, it's going to be hard to get the armed forces not in government because they're part of the leading political party. And marginalized, we're very far away from that. You know, I wonder, though... We got an agitator that would give them an ideology that would split them away from everybody here. That would be possible. About that, you didn't send me the save. Ah, I didn't send you the save file. I will do that at the very end of the stream here. I promise you that. I forgot to do that. When I finished the stream today, I dove right into working on that next EU5 dev diary video. I kind of got distracted from stuff. But I will do that at the very, very end of this run. Alright. Are we bringing in tools? Not yet, no. So we have two... See, that will only get us 40. That wouldn't even... Yeah, that won't even cover us for one construction sector. We really can't do it yet. Oh, but you know what? I want to... We're going to subsidize this. Because I want this ready to go when we get to these. Actually, no. I shouldn't do it now. Yeah, when this... Right when this finishes, we'll subsidize it so that the iron is ready to go when the construction sectors finish. Yeah, the landowners guy. Thomas Cipriano de Mascara has grown discontent with the new Grenadine government's institutions. A conspiracy is forming among the landowners to launch a coup against the government and establish autocracy. Yeah, I would not like that. Protests supported by the intelligentsia have flooded the streets of Cundinamarca, condemning the presence of groups within the government that support autocracy. So we'll lose some authority. We can afford to lose authority. Political strength to the intelligentsia is nice. And we can definitely afford to lose some legitimacy. Oh, look at that. Goodbye, coup. The conspiracy against new Grenadine democracy has lost all momentum among the landowners. The plan to institute autocracy has been abandoned. Nice. They lose political power. So now the Catholic Church is the leading one. Why is there no journal entry to find the source of the Amazon? Was it already done by the Spanish before 1800? That's a good question, right? I suppose so, then. That is a good question. When was the source of the Amazon found? Oh, look at us. Do we need all the ports on that? We can probably back this up a little bit. The power of an industrialist intelligentsia government, Britain really expects them to support you. Yeah. I do kind of love when I finally get those two groups to work together. I feel like coups should be more complex. It feels way too easy to stop them or support them, but specifically the former. Yeah. Except if you are stupid about it, like I was in 2 streams ago with Wallachia. There was one coup I kind of messed up and ended up doing it. What was it? Oh, it was a coup to enact presidential republic, but my king was a supported multiculturalism, and I was in the process of trying to pass multiculturalism, and I totally played it wrong. So I did have one coup that went against me in a bad way. Some North Andean people are unfairly blaming the poor living conditions in Bolivar on their Amazonian neighbors. Yeah, we don't want to lose standard of living for anybody at the moment. Yeah, we really need... Okay, we really need to get meat. We need to get all the basic stuff going. I never thought they got that far. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, hey, we have the Twitch bot. Twitch bot was a little late. Goodbye, Twitch bot. Oh, yeah, let's speed up here. Do that. We can afford to take the consumption tax off. You know, we'll lower taxes a little bit. That'll help us with all these radicals. Alright, so now they like us. Is there anything we could get from them? Could we exchange trade privileges? Not really. What about a goods transfer? Ah, well, yeah, let's sell you like 60 to tobacco. Oh, that's right. I always forgot. When you do goods transfers with the trade privileges, they don't like it. Was there anything we want to buy off of them? No. You know, I could use paper. So if I did this, I would need about 53 more paper. We're also 8 short. So let's say, to make it even, like 60 paper. Let's renegotiate this. No, you don't want to sell it to me either. Who's selling paper? The French, you guys are exporting all of that and you have such bad prices for it? Hey Bert, hello, hello. Do you know the bug when a revolution pops in and out every 3 seconds? I don't know of a bug like that. I do know that the revolutions do pop in and out quite a bit. Or are you talking about the sound that it makes? Because yeah, if you have like a revolution going, and then say you go to like a screen like this and then you go out, you'll hear the sound pop up again. Is that what you're talking about? Oh no, Strider. Rage quitting for the night. Russia just declared on Sardinia Piedmont to make them a protectorate. So France and I joined to stop them. Then Prussia joined and France got pieced out. Low-key kind of hate how wars seem to needlessly escalate like crazy in this game. Oh, that sucks. That sucks. Yeah, it does happen, yeah. Wars really get out of hand sometimes. They really do. I wonder if that's like their way of being like, here's your World War One. That's what it'll be. Yeah, I've had that bug in a prior patch. It's still there. Yeah, the sound. Yeah, every 1 to 2 seconds. Yeah. Yeah, the sound is so annoying. They haven't fixed it yet. Hey, Bert. Yeah, thank you for the follow. Thank you for the follow. Welcome in. I appreciate that. That's the most annoying thing ever, and I can't find a solution besides muting my game. That can't be the solution. Yeah, unfortunately, at the moment, it is. I saw in the comments for the diaries they put out for the hotfixes, people being like, what about the sound? Come on, you guys. And it's not just the revolution. Sometimes if you have, like, an event that pops up, and then you go to another screen, and then you come back, the event sound will happen. And I'm like, wait, am I missing an event somewhere? So yeah, the sound thing... Unfortunately, yeah, they haven't fixed it. And they announced that they're probably not doing another hotfix until the next update comes out. They said unless something game-ending pops up. But I think everybody is just about ready to be done with the extra sound thing. Yeah, I got World War I, but it happens multiple times. So yeah, in the mid-19th century. That is supposed to be the century of peace. I don't know, whatever. Nah, yeah, I agree with you. I agree. It happens quite often. Wars just, like, escalate like crazy. Actually, I feel like in the last run, our Serbia run, that's what our independence war with the Ottomans was. That war escalated into massive World War I in, like, 1850, I think we did it in. Yeah, that is a thing at the moment. And I do kind of feel like the AI is much more aggressive with the new update. I don't know how everybody else feels about that, but I feel like it's much more aggressive. Ah! Let's start subsidizing the iron mines now, so that they're ready to go. Oh yes, that's true also. Yeah. Yeah. Got this sound bug in my England game 5 minutes ago. Did Hegemon achievement, and luckily I finished the achievement directly after that sound bug, so I could close the game and be done with the run. Oh my god. Yeah, actually, I know how you feel because right now I'm going for the hegemon achievement with Germany, and so I'm in war quite often, and so yeah, I'm having to deal with that sound way too much. Very tired of it. All right, good. So our trade centers are bringing in the tools, and we finally, all right, we finally have a private sector going. How are we with opium? We have a little bit of it. Wonder if we can just sell it. For it was England and shipping away China's pops for 30 years until I got enough pops. Yeah, in mine, so I haven't been able to sit down and really dedicate myself to it, but I want to get it and be done with that achievement. So I'm playing as Germany. I've 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 taken over the British Raj as a subject. So I'm halfway there. Now, yeah, I just need to go after Great Qing. It's an interesting achievement to try to get. I've decided for my offline runs, I want to finish all the objectives. I've like ignored them for so long. Oh, we can add. Oh yeah, we can add another. I forgot another interest. So we now have a natural interest in the Andes. You know, we're gonna put an interest in China. And we're gonna be the ones that try. Whoa, what is happening here? You know, I feel like Russia goes after Korea much more aggressively now. This happened in our previous game, too. The chatbot says the way the AI determines aggression is opportunistic generally. But nationalist and reactionary agendas are particularly aggressive since they focus on police and internal security. Oh, that's interesting. For context, I put a giant file together of the current version game code. Very cool. You should do a video about that. That would be interesting. I have 1.5 weeks holidays, so I want to get a few achievements. Next one is Anarchy in Great Britain. Oh, very cool. Yeah, at some point I gotta do like get the Great Britain achievements. I've never really done a run as Great Britain. I feel like I might do, depending on what day of the week April 1st falls, I feel like I might do like an April Fool's Day stream. Since I only ever play with small countries, I'll do a one-day stream where I play as the largest country in the game, Great Britain. Maybe try to clean up some of the Great Britain achievements I don't have. For me, that's the French. I guess it's historically accurate since I'm Germany. France is a fun run in this though, because of the Voice of the People DLC. I did an offline run of that to clean up some of the achievements there. That one was kind of fun. Alright, so let's go back to regular taxes. Oh, you know, we're not passing any laws. What is wrong with me? Okay. So, at this point, I'd really like to get off of tenant farmers. We're not going to get the rural folk in there, though. Right? Nope. Alright, let's look at something else. I don't want to go to charity hospitals. I don't think we have enough political power to do that yet. Oh, protectionism. Yeah. I'm going to get on protectionism. Let's try to go for that right now. Great Britain uniquely can have the trade unions demarginalized at the game beginning, so you, together with the highest tech, rush late-game laws to get the anarchy in the United Kingdom achievement. Oh, okay. Is that how you do that? I'm going to keep that in mind for that future April Fool's Day stream. Oh yeah, I forgot. So let's import some of this iron. What are we using our trade capacity on? Why are we... Okay, so let's high tariffs on this. High tariffs on that. Get all of this stuff out of there. High tariffs on this. Clear some trade capacity for us. A mine in Antioquia has collapsed, trapping miners within the dark shafts below. The scale of the accident has made the tragedy a story across Antioquia and the nation. Ooh, we can get some extra infrastructure. Do we... How much do we need that right now, though? So we don't need it. I would prefer to make the upper strata pops more radical because there's less of them. We'll do that. National Guard next. Yeah, that's a good point. We should get National Guard. I would like to have more conscripts. You should be able to get that with the IGs you have. Yeah. Yeah, I do want to get off mercantilism, though, because we do need to import stuff. And we're getting this negative 25% trade advantage. But I think you're right. Next, we go to National Guard. You know, we can start thinking about Peru here. Oh, well, okay, so we're still a little infamous. But we can start thinking about it. You know, I would like to get, though, our own arms industry going before we do another military campaign. Yeah, so they're going to do all this stuff. So we'll wait till we get further down this. But we need a textile mill, a furniture manufacturer, and a small arms factory. Arms industry. So we can sell that stuff. Where are we going to put the arms industry? Maybe here in Bolivar, since they have iron and a lot of logging. 25,000 pe... Oh, maybe Ecuador. Yeah, definitely Ecuador. An influential faction within the intelligentsia has grown frustrated with their co-members' neutrality on the topic of protectionism. Themselves in favor of the law, they have now resolved to form a separate political faction intent on passing it. No, we don't want to give more to the armed forces. We'll do that. I would like to get more paper in here. I suppose our trade centers might do it themselves if we just make it a little more expensive. Yeah, this will up our construction efficiency. And we'll see if they up how much they're importing here. Yeah, so they've upped it a little bit here. Interesting. Are we... Yeah, the turmoil. So we could get 885 with Ecuador. Alright, we're not building in Cundinamarca for a little bit. So, if I get rid of that, are they going to be under their infrastructure? No, they won't. So, do some violent suppression here. Parties, particularly the Conservative Party, are struggling to raise enough funds for all their campaigning needs this election. Yeah, let's take momentum away from them. Ooh, look at this. We can overturn it and get the armed forces out of government. We can start lowering the age of caudillos here. Okay. Yeah, it's just the manor houses building here. Tough. We need to get the financial districts more money here. You know what? I feel like we'll do the tooling workshop after this iron mine. In a pro-suffrage gesture, Alejandro Heredia has released a positive endorsement of the Liberal Party for its stalwart support of voting rights in New Granada. Alright. Alright, so what we're going to do is, we don't necessarily need the other production method everywhere here. It was 80. Yeah, no, we want to keep it that way. Alright, let's speed this up. We want to get through this build queue. Automate success. Alright. Mass communication. Very nice. General Harun has made public statements in support of the Conservative Party, bringing into question the political neutrality of the military. So who is he? He's a Republican. Let's think about this here. Will that get him split out of the party? No, he'll be more in line with the landowners. But let's see. Plus 2% interest group pop attraction. Attraction of interest groups in government. Yeah, no, we don't want this guy to be the leader. Ugh. Yeah, I don't want them to get the momentum. I don't want him to become the leader. We'll take the radicals. Oh yeah, what are we researching now? So we're still doing the Atmo engine. Intensive agriculture, okay. Paddle steamer. So we can take paddle steamer off the list. And banking, alright. Remember the Victoria 3 lesson. Military when they support my political opponents. Yeah, exactly. That's the golden rule. Military when they have the politics I like. Yep. Yeah, exactly. Very, very opportunistic when it comes to it. Military when I'm in a war and I need that bonus to offense, defense. I'm kind of weird and don't care at all about achievements for Victoria 3. I just play whatever. Yeah, I don't think that's weird at all. I find it weird that I care so much about the achievements in this, because I've never been an achievement hunter in any other game. And there's something about this game that I find it really interesting to do. But I know how you feel. Every other game I'm kind of like, yeah, whatever. Like, I love surviving Mars. And I don't think I've ever really looked at the achievements for that game. Once or twice I've glanced at them just to be like, oh, that's funny, there's achievements in this, but I really couldn't care. For some reason, too, when I play Crusader Kings, I really don't care about the achievements. There's something about this game, though, that I'm like, I don't know, I find the achievements fun. Otherwise, any other game, yeah, I'm with you. Let's go to 4 here. All right, good. So we are in the voting phase. Very nice, very nice. All right. Ooh. All right, what do we got here? Ah, the Catholic Church took over. Can we get this party in now? We still cannot. Ooh, look at this, though. See, if we do this, we can start lowering the age of Caudillos. I think we might do this. Alright, so what does this guy give us? Oh, he's literary. We are going to take advantage of that. Because we get plus 25% infamy decay. We might go after Peru now. We get added authority. This guy's actually a pretty good leader for us. Although, though, yeah, plus 10% political strength of the clergy. Ooh, -2. What else did we get? A politician who is loved. We have census. Oh, yeah, that's right. We have census suffrage, and the armed forces aren't in government. That's right. That gave us a big swing that way because we took them out of government. Okay. So maybe we can start getting rid of that. All right. So that's good. Ooh, although they have a much better military since the last time we checked. Oh. Did they... Oh, they just split. We might get in on this. Oh. I hope we're not going to have to take the slaver revolt here. Alright, we are at the 2-hour mark here, so we're going to take a quick 90-second break so we don't get hit by ads. Get another drink, go to the bathroom. So 90 seconds, and we'll be right back. All right, and we're back. And we're back. All right. I feel like I made my chair a little too short here. There we go. All right. So let's see if we can get in on this revolution. Who will give us what? An obligation. An obligation. I wonder what happens if we just attack Peru right now. Ooh, Brazil will get in. We don't want to incur the wrath of Brazil. Oh, Mauricio. Sorry. The United Kingdom, if I don't bad remember, has a Republican with both literary and erudite, which you can conquer the world easily because you barely get infamy with both traits together. I think that's Charles Dickens, right? I've heard about this before, that it's actually very beneficial to end up making Charles Dickens the leader of Great Britain. I think it's him, because he would have literary, and I think he has erudite. Representing his constituents in the intelligentsia, Vicente Azuero has issued a formal petition to the New Grenadine government to pass anti-strike laws. Or state atheism. I don't... my guy. I don't want to do any of those laws. Oh, man. Come on. Can we lose... And of course... Because, yeah, we'll lose 5 legitimacy, but that's going to put us... Whatever. No, I don't want to do either of those laws. That's an awful idea. That's what I get for putting you in government there. Yeah, Charles Dickens, the conquering menace. Actually, when we did the Paraguay run way back when, we ended up making Charles Dickens the leader of Paraguay, which is very helpful to us. He got exiled from Great Britain to our benefit. Didn't expect Paradox to tell us the key to world conquest was Charles Dickens, of all things. I know, right? That's what you gotta love sometimes about this game. The key to world conquest is Charles Dickens. You know, it reminds me of... I don't know if anybody plays Starfield, but there's kind of a running gag in that game that when you go around from planet to planet, the author that people saved books of the most, like brought with them off planet, that you find all throughout the galaxy, are Charles Dickens books. Okay. I feel like that should be Oscar Wilde. Yeah. There's an Oscar Wilde event when you play as France. Uh-oh, secession in Dixie. Although they don't call him Oscar Dickens. They don't call him Oscar Wilde. They call him Oscar something else. I don't know why. Dickens is amazing, and he influenced many people throughout his contemporary life. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. I get why they would put him in there. It's just kind of funny to think about world conquest with Charles Dickens. I wonder... Would they... Oh, yeah, we don't have an interest here. I was hoping maybe we could get in on this war with the US and get, like, something out of it. Oh no, they're in non-fulfillment. The first book I read by myself was Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol. Still one of my favorite stories. Oh, that's very cool. Ham looking at his neighbors, geopolitical rivals, Machiavellianly thinking of how to take advantage of their civil war. You like the mastermind looking over both sides, fighting in the the movie poster. Yep. I'm just, as an American, I'm doing the American thing against America right now. A civil war, you say? How can we benefit off of this? I'm a South American country exploiting the Civil War of the United States. Everything comes full circle. Oh yeah, so we will start improving relations with Brazil. I forget who said they asked me to stick it to Brazil this game. I forget who asked me that. But don't worry. We will backstab them eventually. Just for now, though, I want them on my good side so they don't interfere with the rest of my conquests here. Now, I'm hoping at some point with France, if France can actually stay strong this run, we can get with France to get these states for us, and then eventually backstab them and get the last one. Mexico gives the Confederacy a unique flag if they puppet it. Paradox think of a wild AI story. Oh, do they? Oh, man. I'm gonna have to do a Mexico run now and try to do that. So, if you puppet the Confederacy, they get a unique flag. Okay. Yeah. Alright, we need more guns. Oh, here we go. Now we have some. How are we doing here? Oh, nice. Okay. Arms industry in Zulia. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, and look at that financial district building a sugar plantation. Alright, not exactly where I would have built it. There's no iron there. But they should build some logging camps there. But an arms industry nonetheless, so we'll do that. So what we're going to do after these things are done is we'll build a textile mill, a furniture manufactory to start helping the people a little bit here. I was kind of hoping they would build some livestock ranches, since the manor houses are building everything. But we'll build those two things, and then we'll start expanding the construction sectors some more. Oops. So we can cancel this now. In the midst of the debate surrounding protectionism, one of the country's leading playwrights, strongly associated with the armed forces, has staged a wildly acclaimed play whose politically laden theme makes no secret of the author's desire for the law to be passed. Yeah, we'll take that one. Good, we're still at -2 there. Yeah, so I don't quite get what this is saying, but it says we have it. Any market in New Granada that does not belong to New Granada, I don't know what that means. It says we have it. Okay. Well, I don't think we're going to make a level 10 opium plantation anytime soon. Although we can always use it for mobilization options in the military, but you know what, the 5,000, so that's going to be like 50,000 people. That's like pretty much almost all the workers in this state. I don't think we're going to do that yet. All right, we almost have the Atmo engine here. So we almost have it. So actually, the next thing we're going to build. Oh, why am I still subsidizing this? A coal mine. Because then we can get more iron. We have the tooling workshop now. Alright, so let's wait for this thing to hire up. Hey, Guatemala, thank you for improving relations. What is tooling in the market? So we're at +1. Yeah, so let's lower that down. So they'll hire on April 15th. There we go. Alright, good. So they've started their... Let's help them out a little bit. Because I would actually like that arms industry to finish. Laudabate success. We'll eventually get there. The game lets you do some wild alt stories that often could only come to mind in this game. Like playing as the Confederacy, but making it actually more egalitarian and multicultural than the North. You know, that would be an interesting... Yeah, that would be an interesting run. There's just... I don't know. I've never switched to the Confederacy. I just can't do it. I can't do it. As a Northern American, I can't do it. Surprised nobody does reverse curse games where you take a country with a very bad reputation and make them actually nice places. Yeah. The South will rise again. Never. Never. Never ever. You know, I was looking through the achievements in Hearts of Iron 4, and there's an achievement in there about winning like a second civil war in the United States in Hearts of Iron 4. I'm kind of interested to try to go for that. I am from the South, that's why. Well, not the South of the United States. Seems that the South has already risen again, given the current situation in the U.S. Oh, yeah. I guess you make a good point there. You make a good point there. Which is why I can't do it in this game. I come to this game for escapism. Not to be reminded of what's happening right now. An earthquake has hit the state of Pastaza, destroying buildings, injuring people, and even taking some lives. Yeah, we'll do this to cut the devastation in half. Through the widespread introduction of the atmospheric engine in the mining industry, productivity is at an all-time high. Ooh, we'll take that tech spread on water tube boiler. After a chance meeting in a cafe with a thoughtful conversation, Pedro Urbina has recommended that Bernardo Taez, currently residing in New Granada, be granted permanent residency. A rural folk radical, I don't mind that. The south of Greece. Oh yeah, I never determined what south will rise. Yeah, that's true. I'll be on board with many souths rising. Just not the Confederacy. Not like that. The Moria forever. Ugh, man. Life is so lifey sometimes. Inspired by the prowess of British engineers and academics, the technically inclined petite bourgeoisie have started to lobby in favor of closer ties with Great Britain. Do I want a pro-Great Britain lobby? I'm going to try to be close with France in this one. Though I feel like if I take this, the petite bourgeoisie might end up being marginalized. Alright, we'll do it. We'll do it. We might be able to use it to our advantage. Another country where I think you can do a reverse cursed game is the Congo Free State, because you get journal entry to take it away from the king as Belgium. Then you release the country with modern laws and build it up to a free utopia from there with much more land. And if you begin as the Congo... Ooh. You had me at Congo. That sounds like a good run to do. Yeah, you know, of all the times I played as Congo, I don't think I've ever actually created, like, that... I know of that thing in the game, the, like, Free States of Congo. I've never done it, though. I do like to do France as decolonize and just find jobs for the massive amount of people there instead of shipping them as exports to colonies. Yeah, and dominating Africa. Yeah, that would be a cool one, right? In fact, yeah, it would be a cool thing to do, yeah, like a reverse France, where you release all your people in Africa and then just ally everybody and try to force the rest of Europe out of Africa. That would be a cool little reverse alt history thing there. Historically, Belgium took control of Congo from King Leopold. Interesting. And a good thing that was. In-game, Belgium gets a choice to create the Free State in other places like the Sahara Desert. Oh, interesting. Maybe that's why you don't see it often. Oh, so that's what it is. You create it through Belgium. That's probably why, then. Too many horror stories from Congo under Leopold. Why do I feel like this iron mine is taking forever? We need more construction sectors. Also, you know how Belgium got Congo by using their explorers and American missionaries to collect signatures from the literate locals to annex them? Oh, interesting. I did not know that. So the Belgians used American missionaries for that? They then went to the great powers and suggested, well, you see how we are a buffer state in Europe. We can now be a buffer state in Africa, too. Oh, Dr. Livingston, I presume. Oh, is that where that comes from? Alright, let's speed up here. You know, one thing I wanted to check here. Why are they getting 0? Why wouldn't... Oh, they're at 0. Okay, because of so many negative stuff. I was thinking here, the Amazonians should have +10 acceptance for living in their homeland if we have no colonial affairs. There's too many other malices. Okay. Read Heart of Darkness by Joseph Conrad to learn some of the horrors committed in Congo. Probably a gunpoint, yeah. Although they did get modern medicine. In-game, Leopold II is a bit awkward to use because he's an intelligentsia monarch, so he's pretty useful. Letting him as king to progress with more liberalizing laws, but at the same time you enable him. Oh, to ruin the Congo. That's probably how it really happened. No, that's the point. They use trickery. You just watch Apocalypse Now and remember that Heart of Darkness is what the movie is based on. Oh yeah, that's true. I forgot about that. You see, colonialism is not just bad, it had its trade-offs. I mean, colonialism was bad. It's a very hot take to argue in favor of colonialism. All right. Let's see here. So now we're getting this trade center. We'll get these coal mines. And then, intensive agriculture. Excellent. So, oh, yes, National Guard next. That's right. So we're done passing laws. Yes, we want National Guard next. And now, let's take a look. Well, still a lot of red here, but this is mainly because of interests. Yeah, so mechanical tools, railways. We get these out of the way. We need these for military. And then... Actually, this is good. So we'll get banking on tech spread, and that'll complete the level 1 here. Then we can finally go for corporate charters. I don't know. Do we go after corporate charters before these things? Everything has its trade-offs. Not everything. Sorry. There are some things that don't have trade-offs. I read that colonialism was much less efficient than made out to be. Kind of like the Middle East adventure for the U.S. Just a spending opportunity for arms industries and banks to gain leverage. Yeah, exactly. Like, it was a very, very costly... Yeah, just from, like, an economic standpoint, it was a very costly endeavor. I mean, if you want to talk about colonialism as a good thing, it benefited the Europeans. I guess you could say that. But it was at the expense of others. Not the guy trying to rationalize colonialism in real life just because it is a crucial game mechanic in the video game. Yeah. Make me feel better about doing colonialism in the video game. By telling me how it might be okay. True all the way through the 1960s, yeah. Oh wait, yes, it was. That's why they came up with the white man burden. Oh wait, whoops, I missed a couple of the chat things here. Never mind, I checked the wiki again. Leopold II is petite bourgeoisie, down with him. Mauricio has turned. The locals didn't have access to modern medicine or railways, Hamcuts. Even Marx said that. Well, first of all, I don't care if Marx said it, so what? Also, modern medicine, like, what are you talking about? Like penicillin? Like, by the time we had modern medicine, people have already been looting and gutting the places that have been colonized for a long, long time. So they were pushed back because of colonialism. Like, if you're talking about when, like, people first started colonizing Africa, people first started colonizing North America, like, the people that were colonizing were also still using herbs and spices as their medicine. The take I heard that was pretty interesting was that it was meant to gain leverage over the kings and governments through debt, leading to the expanded bank power globally from World War I and II. Oh, that is an interesting thing. I suppose so, yeah. I guess kind of like what the space race was. I mentioned Marx because all ideologies agree that the globalization is a good thing. I'm grabbing my popcorn. Yeah. But a good thing for who, my man? Like, this is the thing. So when you talk about this stuff, this kind of goes back to the discussion we had about Algeria. Where you talk about how, no, the French were great for Algeria because they gave them a seat in parliament. And yeah, they gave the French a seat in parliament, the French that were in Algeria. So same thing with this idea of colonialism that you talk about. When you talk about it being good, it's good for Europeans. It was good for the Europeans. It wasn't good for the native people. Everyone in the world benefits when everyone in the world is brought closer. But dude, you are completely whitewashing away the murder of the native people. How is it beneficial to somebody? How is anything beneficial to somebody if it kills them? That is the thing I'm talking about. This goes to what we were talking about earlier today. When we talk about the Native Americans, when we talk about people in Africa, colonialism killed Native people. How, what benefit could there be to somebody if they're unalived? It was a trade-off, as everything is in humans. But no. But that is a biased trade-off, because the trade-off, what you're saying is, this will benefit the Europeans at the expense of the natives being unalived. Trade-off. That's a very biased trade-off. I am not whitewashing the unaliving. It happened, it was bad, and at the same time, good things also happened, such as industry, railways, modern medicine, a trade-off. Industry and modern medicine for one side. You have so much more patience for these types of people than I do. Yeah. You can help others without ruling them. Exactly, yeah. Exactly what Glenn said there. You can help people without ruling them. Like, are you going to try to make the case that it was beneficial to India that the British went in there? I mean, seriously, what are you going to make the case that it was beneficial, that the slave trade was beneficial to black people? Like, that's kind of what you're saying here. It's the same ideology. I'm sorry, like, it's just not true. I'm sorry to burst this bubble to you, but what you're saying is a very Eurocentric idea. Imperialism is the highest stage of capitalism. It was meant to happen. Oh my god, my guy. Oh my god. Dude, right, I can't believe we'll even go back and forth about this. Like, I've never heard somebody dig their heels in so much about colonialism benefiting everyone. Like, when you say you're... So, hold on, let me grow up. So I am not whitewashing the murder, or whitewashing the unaliving. You are, though, because you are saying it's a trade-off. Yeah, there was that, but we got industry. But you are whitewashing that because you're not assigning enough importance to the unaliving of native people. It's not a benefit to somebody if they are no longer here. Okay, let me ask you this. Would you reverse the colonization? Yeah, I absolutely would. Everything in human history is a trade-off, except the Holocaust. Okay. So why was the Holocaust not a trade-off? What was interesting, though, because the Holocaust was committed against white Europeans. A very awful thing, but it's very interesting to me that is your one exception. The one exception where this was bad is the example of when it happened to white Europeans. Okay, what's going on here? Just as the National Guard law looked ready to topple, the rural folk found itself rallying with the assistance of Bernardo Tajes. Ah, man, I'm so bad at that. The J in Spanish. So bad at it. It now has the support it needs to pass without compromise. Ooh, 1% of North Andean pops become more loyalist. I would really love that. I'll take that. Slaves have risen up in Cauca. They are not a significant force yet, and there are multiple ways to approach them. Yeah, I'll take that. Okay, that's a capitalism thing in India, though. Capitalism doesn't generate wealth. It concentrates it. India was what Columbus was looking for because it was so rich. Yeah. India actually had a massive light industry, textiles. Yeah, and crafts before the British Empire. Yeah. The British tore it all down and made them farmers to keep them weak. Exactly. You can put a value as in game theory, in unalivings and building infrastructure, providing modern medicine, etc. No, you can't. No, you can't. There is no acceptable unaliving in order to build infrastructure. After UK colonization, India was poor and UK was rich. Yeah, exactly. You yourself can put +1, for example, on modern medicine and -2 on unaliving. No. No, see, there's no compromise in that. Like, that's where you lose me. There's no... that is not a thing worth compromising there. I can put +2 on providing modern medicine and -1 on unaliving. What do you... So, first of all, what are you talking about with modern medicine? You... Modern... Like, you say you brought modern... They brought modern medicine to a place. First of all, when the first colonizers came to North America, they brought disease. Like, they literally brought disease. They didn't bring modern medicine. People died, natives here died of disease because of new diseases that were brought over. Putting modern medicine ahead of genocide, yeah. And, like, modern medicine, what are you talking about? Again, are you talking about penicillin? Penicillin was created in the modern era after, like, hundreds of years of colonization. So you don't know what modern medicine would have been created in Africa or North America if there was no colonization. Like, you just don't know that. You can't say whether that would have happened or not. I like you very much, but I am saddened you do not try to understand me. My guy, I am hearing you loud and clear. I am disagreeing with you passionately. I get what you're saying. You are putting a value on human life. And that is, and what I'm saying is that's where you lose me. That is where you lose me right there. You are saying modern medicine is worth the centuries of colonization. And you're also putting this idea of modern medicine as if it wouldn't have been created anywhere else, because it didn't get created in places that people were being exploited. Was modern medicine supposed to be created in India after the British came in and, like we just said, like, toppled their thriving civilization in order to oppress them? Like, please. All right, let us build 2 more construction sectors. What are our prices here? So we need more wood, we need more tools. Oh my god, I'm so stupid. I never switched that over. Okay, so we'll build 1 more of these, 1 more of those, and 1 more of those. No, I am not putting a value on human life. That's not what I said. You didn't put 10-second effort to try to understand me. Do you understand the concept of game theory? It's played with values. Yeah, you don't apply game theory to human life, though. That's what I'm telling you. It's not. You don't apply game theory to that. It's not something... It is morally wrong to apply game theory to that type of thing. Colonization was a waste of time, money, and people. It was just rich... Yeah, people tricking people into thinking going on a massive spending binge on guns and boats is good for us. Europe got screwed too. Exactly, exactly. So you have to put a value in the calculus sense to anything and compare the trade-offs. No, there are things you cannot assign a value to. You apply game theory to geopolitics. No. There are things you cannot assign a value to. There are just things you can't... You didn't answer my question either. Why was... So you say you can apply this value and stuff to it, but the one exception was the Holocaust. Why was that? You say that's your exception. Why is that your exception? Damn, I think we still have some pretty bad mappy here. They used to tell you what mappy was in the UI here. I wish they would still do that. Yeah, nearly every colonial empire was bankrupted by it. Yeah, this is so true, right? Like, where are a lot of those old colonial empires now? The British Empire fell. As the debates around the National Guard law stall, Bernardo Tajes has motioned to pass the proposal to a commission of experts to break the deadlock. Yes, all right, we got the plus 10%. Because from my experience, 99% of discussions on the internet end up about that guy or World War II, and I did not want to derail. Well, I mean, this conversation has kind of gotten there. But I'm just saying, though, like, it's interesting to me that that is your one exception. That you cannot apply value in game theory there. And it's interesting that it is the one example that took place in Europe. Because what I find is a common thread sometimes in your discussions is things are okay if they benefit Europe. That kind of seems to be where you end a lot of your points. If something benefits Europe, it's good and just and moral. But the one time that or not the one time, but the biggest atrocity committed within Europe is your exception. So I just threw the Holocaust there because I knew eventually someone would bring it up. There was no benefit in that. Although to be cynical, one can argue it created the state of Israel. I do not agree with that, by the way. Well, but we, the U.S., kind of made everyone decolonize after World War II. The war in Algeria was because the French didn't want to. Yeah. Wait, the French didn't want to what? Oh, yeah, the French didn't want to decolonize. Yeah. This is not really a productive convo, Mr. Ham. Could we please go back again? Yeah, I agree. This kind of we kind of did this in the earlier episode too. I think we go back to the gaming here. I think we're gonna kind of agree to disagree on this one. All right. So we're gonna get these iron mines. Because once we do these construction sectors, we're going to need more iron, but we'll be able to go to the Atmo pump. And then we'll get some logging and tooling. Although I didn't... So I wanted to do... I mean, I still could do it. I wanted to do a textile mill and a furniture manufactory. Because we got to get... I've kind of went against my own advice. We got to be selling urban buildings to the industrialists here. In fact, let's lower taxes here. Let's bump these up. Because I want to lower the reserves so that I can sell the tooling workshop. Oh, we could still sell it and not max out the reserves here. Okay. Landowners and rural folk are split over the semantics of a clause regarding National Guard. Bernardo Tajes has published articles designed to drag the public into this bickering. I'm tempted to actually go with the landowners here because we can get them happy again. Although, hold on, if we do this, we'll get the farmers markets and temporarily get some more infrastructure. Where are we with infrastructure? Yeah, I think we'll do that because we're going to run out of infrastructure. Okay, yeah, we're going to run out of infrastructure in Antioquia, and we're about to build a bunch of stuff there. So we'll promote their stance. It got us like nothing. I should have actually calculated it out. But since I answered your question, you should also answer mine. Would you reverse... I did answer that question. Would you reverse colonization knowing that millions would not be born, that native lands would not have access to railways. No, see, I disagree. Not to get back into the convo, I disagree with that premise that they wouldn't have railways and that people would not be born. I mean, other people would have been born. And I answered your question before. I said, yes, I absolutely would reverse it if I could. Alright. So let's do this now. We'll keep it subsidized. And then... And actually, what we will do is... we'll utilize some gas streetlights. It's a very low amount of coal anyway. So we just need to get this hiring. January 5th. Yes, there we go. Go, go, go. Look at that. Buildings hiring. Well, I don't have more hot takes this week. Well, it's only Tuesday. There's a lot more week to go. About Mao Zedong helped double the Chinese population. Oh, man. Okay. I think I'm too many glasses of wine in to tackle that one for right now. So the coal is expensive. That's because they're still hiring. Oh, this is still hiring. Oh, and let's sell it. There we go. By the way, sorry to ask again, but you still didn't send me the SERB save file. Oh, yeah. No, I said I'm going to do it at the end of this session. Because I got to find the file in the... I can never immediately find my save file folder. I always got to, like, Google the path on Windows where it is. So I'll send it when this session is done tonight. Bernardo touches attendance at a bourgeoisie fundraising banquet in Bogota has led to an uptick in funds promoting National Guard. Yeah, I don't mind if he gets Grifter. So yeah, we'll take this one. And this was born the one-child policy. There is a case Discord might not upload it due to its size. In such case, you'll have to have Discord Premium. I am able to invite you to get Discord Premium, or whatever it's called, for free for a week. Remember to cancel the payment, though, after the trial period if you don't want it charged. Oh, okay. Okay, cool, yeah. Alright, so we have the one extra construction sector. Yeah, tools. Tools are still pretty expensive. We need to get... You know, I think in the next episode, we start working on a navy so we can get more declared interests. Because we, don't have very many at the moment. We could use more. Oh, shipyards, that's not bad. Banana plantations. Alright, so I think I will add in first textiles. Oh, well, we have this one. Do we not have any dye plantations? Oh, yeah. See, they have no... Okay. Wait, how many textile mills do we have? I think we inherited one. No, this isn't Cundinamarca. Oh, the U.S. built it. Oh, you know... I forgot to get rid of this. Or renegotiate it. See, I would like to get trade privileges from you if we're going to do this. We'll do it for another 5 years. Declined. Oh, actually, we're good with France. Oh, come on. What's your problem here? Ideological differences. A Catholic Church. I mean, I would put them in there. I just don't want those guys in there. Well... So if we put... Alright, so if we put that party in there, this will go down to -1, because now the armed forces will be in government, but we'll still be at -1. And now we might be able to get... Yeah. Now what else can we give you? Yeah, we'll do a power block embassy. Alright, banking is unlocked. Alright. Now, who do we need for tools? Mainly the Belgians. What do the Belgians think of us? Can we buy something off of you? No. Nope, nope, nope. Oh, well, we can sell you some fabric. Yeah, it's only a 5% chance, though. Damn. Really? You would buy merchant marines off of us? A 20% chance. Let's do this for like 15 years. Let's see what happens. National Guard was on everyone's lips. In every coffee house. Afterwards, Bernardo Tajes was ready to cross the rural folk to pass the law. Oh, we can give some pop attraction to the intelligentsia. I don't mind that. An exiled character with country culture diplomatic catalyst is triggered between Argentina and... Oh, he gets exiled. Actually, I don't want that. Yeah, let's just do that. Yeah, they'll take it if we do this. Damn. Alright, we'll do... We'll do a 5-year binding period. We'll do it this way. Alright, so what did that do for us? Seems like it didn't do much for our trade advantage, to be honest with you. Oh, because... You know what? Yeah. For now, we're not doing anything down there for some time. Let's put the interest in the Rhine. We do need to get tools a little better, because that's what's killing... That's what's killing our construction sector's stuff. Alright, so let's wait. Alright, so here we can actually build an additional port. So we'll do the additional port. We'll build an additional thing here. So we'll build 2 more of these. Supporters of the Conservative Party have gone beyond simply campaigning for their own party, harassing and sometimes physically attacking opposing partisans. Yeah, let's crack down on that. Alright, let's see what our trade advantage is now. A little bit better. But so what is killing this? Yeah, it's our relative advantage. So our percentage of global advantage, we're at 447. Compared to our trade volume. Bernardo Tajes has criticized numerous decisions made by the leadership of his own liberal party, calling Pedro Urbina excessively cautious and unwilling to address critical issues. Yeah, let's do that. Ooh, there we go. So the Liberal Party's in the lead now. All right, we got National Guard. Excellent. Now let's take a look at taxation. Nothing we can do here. All right, what should we tackle next? Ah, yes. Here we go. Homesteading. Yeah, let's get off of tenant farmers. Oh, yeah, here we go. Okay, so we can put that back up. And maybe lower military wages here. You know, if we went after them, Chile would get involved. The ongoing election has drawn attention to the platforms of the various contending parties. Across New Granada, the electorate debates which party is worth trusting with the next term in government. Yeah, we'll do that one. All right. Do we want to go after Peru now? Do we have the guns for it? That's the question. What is Mappy here? Plus 85. Okay. What are we doing here? Mechanical tools. Oh, steel tools. The tooling workshops. Yeah, we could really fix up the price of tools here. We'll build ourselves a steel mill here. It would be really helpful if we could get railways right about now. Well, yeah, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to do that. Oh, are we getting... Okay, we're getting modern sewage on tech spread, which is nice. Because we'll get additional infrastructure, so that's helpful. So we'll do corporate charters, and then we'll do nationalism. Oh. Ah, the Liberal Party won. Okay. So let's get you guys out of there. Oh, man, look at that. We could have had the intelligentsia guy. Oh, man, I should have done this sooner. Alright, well, let's take a look at this. Well, let's see. What are we getting with the current guy here? It's plus 10% prestige. Plus 10% influence and plus 10% political strength of academics. Who are our academics currently? Oh yeah, we don't have any. We need to build universities. I always slack on the universities. You can still change leadership in a presidential republic. You just won't become the president. Yeah, he'll be the leader of the IG and pass laws, though. No, I know. I was just, I was saying, oh, if I had thought of it just a moment sooner, I could have had the other guy as the president. Ooh, maybe I did avoid that though. I hate having these tax wastes. Oh, look at this. Plus, it would be a plus 6% tax waste. I don't think I want to make him the ruler of the IG. I think he's better as the agitator. Because even in the next election, there's no guarantee the intelligentsia are gonna go ahead of him. All right. Now, I'd also like to get a paper mill going, because we could get all of the government admins. If I switch this, we need 35 more paper. The one paper mill will give us 40, and it'll give us 350 more bureaucracy, because I would like to expand the education institution. Oh, you know, so these guys are powerful now. If I can get this guy to be loved. I mean, surprise, surprise, no politician in my country is loved. A newspaper called the Guevara Herald has printed a bigoted article about the Amazonian people living there. We can suppress the article or we can let it be released. How many Amazonians are actually here? 108,000. We'll take the hit to authority. Okay. Hey, Karloff. Hello, hello. Oi, Colombia. Yeah. Actually, so far, I'm gonna knock on wood here, but been doing okay. I think we've had a decent start to the run here. You know, other than the amount of radicals we have right now. Let's see. What is going on with the opium trade? So the British don't really have anybody opposing them in it. We really start to export it. We need like 9 more. I'm tempted to just do it. To just spam 9 more opium plantations. It'll complete this thing, and we can start exporting it. I don't know why this song right now is reminding me of like a Disney song. Which one is this? Dance of the Shepherds. But at the same time, I really should focus on construction. Now, why? I thought we had a shipyards. In Cauca. Okay, so it's still expanding. It is kind of like a Disney song, yeah, right? Like, I feel like there should be, like a singing cat. Like a cat dancing around during this. This is like the song you hear in like the first 20 minutes of the movie when everything is good, before everything goes downhill. God, speaking of Disney, my son is going through a phase where he's like getting afraid of everything. And so I wanted to play a movie this weekend at home. And I was like, I don't want anything that's going to scare him. You know, I want something safe. And he's been singing the opening song to The Lion King. And I realized, oh, you know, you've never seen The Lion King. I don't think he has. So I was like, let's watch The Lion King. It's The Lion King. Why not? And we got to the part where, you know, like, and, you know, spoiler alert for this 30-year-old movie, where when Mufasa dies, and I forgot about, you know, I kind of forgot about it, to be honest. And he got really bothered by it. And I don't blame him, because I remember when I was a kid, it really bothered me. But of course, he had like tears. I was like, oh man, damn it. I was just looking for a safe movie that won't scare him. But The Lion King, what could go wrong with that? Lo and behold, fail. Claiming that the new Grenadine Amazonas prime land should be settled by virtuous yeomen like themselves, the homesteading law proposal is experiencing a surge of popularity among members of the rural folk eyeing an opportunity in the frontiers, to the great chagrin of the landowners currently dominating the agricultural sector. Yeah, the landowners are kind of pissed already. We get plus 10%. No, I'm going to take the plus 10%. I heard something I've heard before, too, that's funny. It must be a common chord progression. Yeah, right? It must be, right? It does, like, it sounds familiar, but I don't know why. I didn't like Mufasa dying, but it is part of the film. Yeah, exactly. Nobody suffers PTSD from a Disney film. Yeah, I guess we all got to go through it at some point, right? Seeing the Disney movies when you're a kid and all the ones where the characters get oofed. Fun fact, most popular songs share only a few chord progressions, even though music is so infinite in variety. Oh, that's interesting. That's very interesting. Yeah, I need to look that up. I don't know enough about music theory for something like that, but it sounds interesting. Because modern music is just a cash grab. Yeah, yeah, like modern, like pop music, right? All right. Man, this is going to be a slow chug down. I feel like we've been at -2 for some time, but it doesn't feel like that bar has moved. But it is. It is moving. All right. So, we're doing okay. So when we get through this, I think we'll add some more construction sectors. You get occasional events to lower it. This is true. This is true. It works because they pick the harmonies that make you feel certain ways. I believe it. At this point, Disney is such a large conglomerate. I'm sure there is a lot of research into what exactly to play. I think you should expand more aggressively to avoid alliances and infamy piling up later on. It is true, right? That's why I went after Venezuela and Ecuador quickly. Because there does come a point where Europe really does start interfering in South America here. Oh, I didn't realize. Look at this. This is exactly what happened in the Serbia run. Chile basically took over Bolivia. I should just take over Peru now, right? Seeking to eliminate the need of middlemen by bringing together farmers, landowners, and shopkeepers in a cooperatively owned business, a newly formed farmers cooperative in Ecuador, desiring to improve the lot of their constituent members, have used their considerable local influence to push for the enactment of homesteading. Yeah, no, we'll go for this. The other thing is, if we go after Peru, we'll be able to go after this little bit of Bolivia. Alright, here we go. So now we're going after railways, which is what we really need. We're getting percussion cap in military. I would have liked it if you got just general staff or field works for us. Well, I think we're at our stopping point for the night. I think what will happen is, so the next episode we have of this is Thursday morning. I think we're going to start that episode off just by going after Peru, taking Peru. And that'll really put us into a position to go after the rest here. Because now, yeah, we're at 0 infamy. Our leader is giving us... Ah, man. Okay, I thought we were getting something with infamy decay. Maybe not. Maybe not. But I think we've got a good start to this run. We're moving up in GDP. We do need to expand construction a little bit more, though, but we're doing okay. But yeah, so I think this will be our stopping point for tonight. So yeah, the next time I'll be on will be on Thursday morning. And we'll be doing another session of this Colombia run. Oh no, Laplace, hello, good morning. I'm literally saying the goodbyes for the stream. Oh no. I'm sorry, my friend. But hey, the VOD is available now. Good evening, yeah. Good evening, yeah. Yeah, thanks everybody for watching tonight though. This was a fun start. Well, goodbye. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. But yeah, this was a good start here. So we're going to continue and keep pushing for that Grand Colombia achievement. 07 M8. Oh, Karloff, sorry, I don't know what that means. But yeah. I think though, you know what? I think we're gonna do a little raid on Twitch here. My friend Swole Joel is doing a really good France run. He's been doing this for a couple episodes, so I know he has a good run going there. So, to everybody on, oh, it's a military salute. Oh, okay. Well, thank you, Karloff. Yeah, salute. Okay, I appreciate that. So yeah, if for everybody on YouTube, this will be a good night and be awesome. And everybody on Twitch, stick around, and we're gonna do the raid. But yeah, thank you everybody, and hopefully I'll see you next time. So as always, be awesome, my friends. I'll see you then. Good night. If you're on Twitch, stick around.
Said you wanted $1. We heard the boop. I assume it's a follow. Thank you for the follow. Big nice. If we tab out to check, unfortunately it spazzes on the game. So what, we need this guy to come down the alleyway? This is Fabian. Time to take a...
your wallet, quick, come on.
Oh no. No, don't hurt me, sir. No, I don't want to be hurt. Please. I'm so scared. I'm so scared. What are you doing to me?